A Ukrainian drone was shot down by a 30mm A-42 automatic cannon fired from a Russian Ka-52 helicopter. Soldiers from the 123rd Separate Motorized Rifle Regiment of the Southern Military District destroyed a Ukrainian Armed Forces drone shelter and a command center. Ukrainian positions were identified during an aerial reconnaissance mission in the Seversky direction as part of the special military operation. After obtaining the coordinates, FPV drone operators immediately struck the shelter, its personnel, and the UAV control center.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Russian Air Force planes are striking Ukrainian positions in the direction of Konstantinovka with FAB bombs. Shows Taus's work at the Ukrainian Armed Forces fort near the village of Muravka. Footage of a Ukrainian Armed Forces drone control center being destroyed near the village of Dylivka by drone operators belonging to the Southern Forces Group. The footage shows artillery unit attacks. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. Ukrainian forces left a pickup truck near the village of Stukalovka, hoping to return after delivering supplies to assault groups. Russian UAV operators interfered with Ukraine's plans and destroyed the vehicle, leaving the infantry without transportation. The Russians are continuously striking Ukrainian positions with drone operators and artillery units. The Russians are intensively bombing Ukrainian forces, preventing their infantry from raising their heads. A T-72 tank belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces was destroyed in the direction of Pokrovsk. The reckless attempt to cross by the T-72 tank ended in complete failure. Coordinated combat footage of special forces and artillery units affiliated with the South Group, destroying Ukrainian mortar positions.
Выстрел! Выстрел!
Footage of the battle in the direction of Kherson. The footage shows Ukrainian forces destroying ammunition alongside shelters and UAV control centers. Infantrymen who took refuge in sturdy houses in the area were unable to escape Russian drone attacks. Reconnaissance UAVs belonging to the 69th Motorized Rifle Division of the Sever Guard Brigade discovered several observation points belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the ruins of Volchansk. Russian FPV drone operators quickly eliminated the targets, leaving Ukrainian forces under the rubble. Missile attack on the 128th Brigade UAV command center in the Kamyansky region. Fighters from the 16th Special Forces Unit destroyed Ukrainian UAV launchers in the direction of Krasny Lyman. Sixteenth Special Forces Unit fighters destroyed a Ukrainian forces pickup truck equipped with Lander-Donate electronic warfare equipment, as well as FPV drones, and a Starlink satellite internet terminal in the town of Kupiansk. In the forest belt, the Russians deployed an American-made 155mm M777 howitzer. Despite being surrounded by nets, the Russian operator approached the howitzer with agile maneuvers and destroyed it with a single shot. A Russian fiber-optic drone is heading towards Konstantinovsky and entering the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV Control Center, where it is powerfully destroying a 4-rotor UAV control point. Drone operators from the South Military Group shot down a pickup truck belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The Ukrainian truck had been covered with as many grills as possible, but as far as we can see, this did not work. Later, an FPV drone struck and destroyed a mounted anti-tank grenade launcher. Kharkiv direction. In the Lyman village area, a 57mm S-60 automatic anti-aircraft gun mounted on a Ural 4320 chassis was destroyed. Kharkiv region. As a result of the cooperative work of drones and assault infantry groups, the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces were stormed and Ukrainian soldiers were offered to surrender. Having laid down their weapons and surrendered, the Ukrainian soldiers were safely evacuated from the area. Destruction of a 2A-65 unit belonging to the South Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine by artillery fire at the Delivka train station. A 120mm mortar shell fired by Ulyanovsk paratroopers destroyed a command and observation post belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces on the right bank of the Dnieper River in the Kherson region.
Миномет! Выстрел! Миномет! Выстрел! Внимание, мина! В стволе! Миномет! Выстрел!
Footage of the operation in Toretsk. The first image shows Russian troops clearing the settlement in the Limansk direction. In the second image, soldiers from the assault units of the 67th Motorized Rifle Division of the 25th Combined Arms Army of the Western Group take part in active offensive actions. Kupiansk direction. Shelters and temporary deployment points of the Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry were detected. Russian UAV operators attacked the strongholds using aircraft-type UAVs and FPV drones. Drones dropping ammunition also took part in the operation. Russian fiber optic drones are destroying Ukrainian armed forces UAV control points one by one in the direction of Konstantinovsky. In the images, you can see that numerous UAV antennas and control points have been hit. These FPV UAV control points on the front line were destroyed by Russian drone operators. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. In the Kupiansk direction, the UAV operators of the 27th Brigade destroyed the BMPs of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and the M113 Armored Personnel Carrier Vehicle. The Russians detected and destroyed a Ukrainian mortar position armed with 120mm weapons. With a single direct hit, the mortar, crew, and ammunition were eliminated. Another Ukrainian firing point was rendered ineffective. Zaporizhzhia direction. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected the military base of the Ukrainian armed forces. A fiber optic attack drone was then sent, and the operation was successful. Footage of this morning's attack by the UMPK on the Regional Administration Building in Kherson. Throughout the night and morning, attacks were carried out on the presumed locations of Ukrainian military and administrative facilities in Kharkiv, Sumy, and Odessa, as well as on territories temporarily under Ukrainian control in the Kherson region. In particular, in Kharkiv, according to current information, 7 missiles were targeted at a single facility where Ukrainian armed forces units were stationed. A Russian Mavic shoots down a Ukrainian fiber-optic UAV by cutting the wire with its blades. In the Kharkiv region, another T-64BV tank belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed by the antagonist FPV group. Russian fiber-optic attack drones are targeting Ukrainian armed forces infantry on the front line. UAV operators of the Russian armed forces destroyed positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. Kupiansk direction, a buggy belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces was blown up by a mine. (217th Parachute and Airborne Regiment destroying the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV control points in the Konstantinovsky direction. A poorly concealed M777 howitzer was encountered. The Russian operator was looking for another target, but came across the M777 howitzer and without hesitation shot the artillery gun.